Folks, I greet you. Welcome to the last edition of Journalist Hangout for the week. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Now, today on the program, we can tell you that 3 Kaduna State PDP lawmakers have defected to the APC. Now, Southwest Governor's partner on regional development. There's also a plan, the governors are planning joint security teams against bandits. And later on the show, we'll share this with you. Nigeria Customs hands over 3,897 seized arms and ammunition to Weapons Control Center. I'm hanging out with Emeka Madunagu. Emeka, I greet you.
Hi, hello, sir.
And we're joined by Kayode Ladenide. Kayode, I greet you too.
I greet you too.
It's Valentine's Day, so in the spirit of Valentine, I greet you all.
Yeah, happy Valentine. Citizen Jones, happy Valentine.
To Emeka. Yeah.
Everywhere is red.
Okay. The team is ready. I hope you are. All right. So let's start like this. In Kaduna State, northwest Nigeria, politics appears to be taking the front burner. 3 House of Assembly members elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, in the state have defected along with their supporters to the All Progressives Congress, APC. Now, the 3 lawmakers we can tell you are Henry Mara, representing the Jaba constituency, Emmanuel Kantiok, Zonkwa constituency, and of course Samuel Kambai, the Zango constituency. The 3 lawmakers disclosed that their defection was to align with the party at the state level because of the sterling leadership and performance exhibited by Governor Uba Sani. Kayode, did you see this coming?
Yeah, maybe yes and no. The no part is where I want to start from.
Okay, let's start from the no.
The no is the fact that politicians will always give reasons for their defection. Yeah. Okay. As much as it doesn't sound morally right for you to be elected on a particular platform, and we see you jump ship when you get into the helm of affairs. You know, on that day when you were elected, it is even your party logo that was on the ballot. So that's the no part. So for me, I just don't want to give credence. But in terms of the years, I watched the interview with Babajide Otitoju having an exclusive with the ECWA president, where he praised the current governor of Kaduna to the highest.
ECWA, you mean the Evangelical Church of West Africa?
And now they've changed it to
Evangelical Church Winning Africa.
Winning.
Oh, okay.
Winning all. Winning all. I think it's because the church has gone beyond West Africa.
The same
It's the one you know.
Okay.
So in that interview, the last part of that interview, we saw the president, you know, mentioned that the man has brought that transformation, especially to the southern Kaduna. And if you watch these lawmakers, these are people who said they were also motivated by what has happened in the Zango Kataf area, that Sani has really brought a whole lot of changes. Yeah. So whether defection is now a way of saying you've done well, I do not think so. But it's just to say that APC has grown so big in that state that opposition is as good as, you know, being totally decimated. I don't know how opposition is going to ever come up in that state, I think, in the next few years. So,
you know, the everyday man on the streets is wondering what the law says about defection, you know.
Yes, so the defection still stands. The fact that you can lose your seat if there is no issue with your party, if there are no justifiable reason for you to jump ship, it stands. And that's why we're still waiting for what happens in Rivers State, where those lawmakers have even withdrawn their comments or whatever they said on the floor.
Kayode, I know for sure you are not thinking for Emeka. He knows how to come in here.
Of course.
Yeah, for me, I'll say it's utterly irresponsible of the lawmakers. It's condemnable, and they should be made to lose those seats. All the lawmakers, wherever they are, whether federal or state, who have defected, I would encourage their parties to ensure that they all lose their seats because it's irresponsible. You know, you are playing games on the people. You are playing games on the Constitution. You are toying with the Electoral Act. I mean, people stood in the sun, in the rain, for hours, you know. I mean, faced the, you know, they faced the electoral process.
And the odds.
And they looked at, they knew those they were voting for. Mm. And of course, it was the, you know, people you know, who said they were running on, you know, on PDP's ballot. Others could have been chosen. There were other contestants. But these fellows, you know, these fellows actually eventually got on the ballot. Only for them to now play a fast one on the people. That should not be acceptable. That should not be allowed. You know, that's why we say instead of, you know, talking about 2027 elections, the Nigerian media should actually be pressing, pushing hard for electoral reforms. Because this is one of the things we are talking about. Unless you make it, you know, totally impossible for people, you know, for elected, you know, for elected public officials to defect. If you do, you are no longer interested in your party, then you resign. Let INEC conduct, you know, a fresh election. Conduct a by-election. Don't play smart on the people because it doesn't speak well. It shows that such lawmakers are irresponsible. Quote me. What it means is that they think that the people, you know, that they can toy with the mandate of the people. Do you know what it means to hold this mandate? Is a sacred trust, which is one major problem we are having in Nigeria today. The people don't trust the government because they believe, let them say something in the morning. They don't even mean it. By evening, they'll be saying something else. And you cannot operate, you know, effectively that way. Yeah,
Emeka, can we reconcile what you have said with the fact that the debate about internal party democracy, you know, has been on the front burner?
Yes.
Parties must, they set the ground rules, but do they obey the ground rules?
Yeah, thank you. Good. You see, that even brings it back to beginning from the party. When, you know, in the choice of candidates, you have to look at what godfathers say. You have to look at, you know, I mean, this process is twisted. In some places, the primaries are a sham, you know, they are shambolic. You know, in some places, you just even wonder whether there was even any primaries at all. Then you now come to the issue of the delegates. The INEC chairman, you know, Mahmoud Yakubu was talking the other day about buying delegates. You know, people are elected as delegates. And what do? They go and sell their votes, you know, you know, kind of politics. You know, if you vote and you get money, you know, to cook soup. What sort of politics is that? What kind of leaders do we produce?
Not just soup.
No, well, of course, bro, but that was what was used at a certain time, So what I'm saying is that the constitution...
And Kayode is Yoruba, so he understands you.
No, he's more than Yoruba. He's a Nigerian. So the point is that if you look at the constitution, it says that people can only defect in the case of a division. But there's no division in the PDP. There's no division in the Labour Party. What I'm saying is this. If you know you're elected on the platform of a certain party, and then you get to a point, maybe you don't like the party, you don't like the leadership, you don't even like the people in the party. It's very simple. What do? You resign. Then you can go and maybe run for local government chairman or councillor or something else. Don't sit tight on that chair, you know, because what the people elected you for was go and represent us on the platform of the PDP.
Kayode, do you think, following from what he has just said, do you think the line between a defection and a resignation is a thin one? Is there a thin line? I
think it's a bold one. There's no thin line there. In my view, what I mean by that is, you know, while he was talking, I'm just trying to see what have we learned from those who, you know, sold democracy to us. And they will remind us, you know, you hardly see that in American democracy. But, you know, but when you're dealing with the parliamentary system of government that the UK is practicing, they taught us the word cross-carpeting. But on what ground do they cross-carpet? Because this is a clear case of, oh, I want to be on the side of the governor. my party is not pulling its weight. You know, that's the point they are quoting now, that oh, I can't feel my party, I can't feel opposition, I can't, you know, I'm just, in quotes, useless in the State House of Assembly. So I want to be in the ruling party. So this is definitely about their pocket. Oh, okay, maybe that's an assumption. Okay. But this looks like, I want to be with the reigning government. I want to be with the reigning party. I want to be with
the government at the center.
And I mean, at the state this time around. And another thing I would like to say is I am privy to some kind of gerrymandering and some kind of political manipulation that also happened. Because if we have these lawmakers to explain to us off camera, I have seen a situation where some councillors in a particular local government, they gave cars to the councillors of the ruling party, and they did not give the opposition. So at the end of the day, they were compelled to defect to the ruling party. And you ask, where is the equity? Where is justice in this area? So it's possible that these guys just want to enjoy the perks of office or the ruling party.
But Emeka knows that politics in Africa is a zero-sum game.
Exactly.
So how are we going to develop? We are talking of building Nigeria to $1 trillion economy. We are talking of, the other day, President Bola Tinubu was talking about, you know, leading artificial intelligence for Africa. How do we get there? You see, leadership is a very difficult thing. Look, what has Donald Trump done in the United States? He has said, look, we don't want to be leaders in World Health. So we are leaving the World Health Organization. We don't want to be big brother so that we can be selling our things cheap to you while you can dictate the price. We don't want to be big brother. Let's go to the market, sell the things, and
come to our level.
Okay, gentlemen, time is tight, so let's move to our next story. Okay. Well, the debate will continue, whether you look at the propriety or otherwise of a politician jumping ship, you know, in our climb.